is Tuesday, March 8th, and welcome to Odds Wizard, where we bet for fun by betting together. We had 3 fun picks last night. We hit 1 of 3, which was the Flames over the Oilers. We're actually going back to the Flames again tonight, but on the other side of it. We'll talk about that in a second. We also had a couple other picks last night where the NBA teams just didn't show up. We picked teams that we thought would win, and because it's the regular season, some teams just take nights off, and both the teams we picked for some reason decided to just not put any effort in last night, which is the risk we take. That's why they call it gambling. Things you think are going to be locks are just not. So tonight we're going in a different direction. We are going to do our first ever all upset picks. So Tuesday across the board, we are going to have upsets. All 3 of our picks are going to be underdogs with plus odds, which means our cauldron is going to be a really big long shot to hit all 3. But nonetheless, each of these games should be fun because in every one we're rooting for the upset pick. I'm going to start with an NBA pick. I'm going to take the Hornets over the Nets at plus 135 odds. That game is at 7 o'clock tonight. Here's the reason I picked this game. The over-under on this game is 241.5 points right now. That's almost 30 points higher than every other game typically is. That tells you this game is going to be incredibly high scoring. It's going to be fast paced. It's going to be really fun to watch. This over-under is so high, there's no way I could take an over of 241. It may well hit, but it's just insane that it's that high. That tells me that Vegas knows that this game is going to be fast, high scoring, and fun to watch, which is why we picked this one. We took the upset because the Hornets have won their last 2, whereas the Nets have lost their last 4. Okay, the Nets traded James Harden over to Philadelphia 76ers, who beat our pick last night, because he wasn't getting along well with the team or team chemistry. Well, guess what happened? Now the Nets are down one of the best scorers in basketball, and they can't stink and win. You have Kevin Durant, and he can't put up 100 points a night to carry this team. So now this Nets that was supposed to be a super team suddenly can't win. Here's what aggravates me a little bit. The Nets are still probably going to get in the playoffs. You know why? Because every team in the NBA gets in the playoffs. That's the biggest reason that betting on regular season basketball makes it watchable. Whenever the games don't matter, and they don't. The regular season games don't matter for the playoffs, so you may as well put a little money down on it to make it more fun to watch, because honestly, half the time the players tune out because they know they're going to make the playoffs no matter what. So we're going to take the underdog pick in the Hornets tonight. They're playing fast. They're playing hard. And I don't mind seeing the Nets lose after they just constantly just scuttle their season over and over and over again. So probably one of the most inept run basketball teams with high budgets in the NBA. So Hornets over Nets at 7 o'clock. Our second pick, we're going to go back to the well on what I find to be the most fun prop pick going on in basketball right now. We did this once last week. It was so much fun to watch. I cannot wait to do it tonight. I'm going to take the Pelicans first to 20 points in the first quarter versus the Grizzlies. That's at plus 120. So the Pelicans are huge underdogs in this game, okay? That's why I didn't take the outright. That's why I didn't take the over-under or anything else. But in the first quarter, anything goes. That's why this bet is so much fun. It's basically a 10-minute coin flip. The game is at 7:30 tonight on TNT, so we can all watch this together, and you probably only need 10 or 15 minutes, because as soon as one team gets to 20 points, this pick is over. So it's a short, quick, get in there, get out, but fun to watch because it can change so fast, and you can win so fast or lose so fast. So these are so much fun to watch. The Pelicans are averaging 120 plus points per game, so despite not having nearly the record that the Grizzlies do, they still put up a ton of points. That's why I want to take this underdog pick. The other reason that I picked this game is you have Ja Morant playing. And if you have not watched him play yet this year, you are missing out. You may as well watch the first 10 minutes of this game tonight to see if they get to 20 points and watch him do something incredible that guys 20 years ago couldn't dream of possibly doing. He's got the more speed, more power, and shooting ability combined than anybody I can think of outside of Jordan in the last 50 years. Okay, so if you have not watched Ja Morant play, tonight is the night, and this is the way to quickly get in and get out and not watch a game that's probably going to be a 10, 15-point win for the Grizzlies. Our third pick tonight, our last upset of the night, we're going to hockey. We are going to take the Washington Capitals to upset the Calgary Flames, and that's at plus 120. Why would I go against the Calgary Flames? They have done so many good things for us lately. Here's why. They played last night. They played a really, really tough, really physical, really hard-nosed game last night. And Calgary has been winning for most of the season, okay? And they've won 3 of their last 6, so they're 50-50. They have flickered a little bit since their 10-game win streak, okay? But this game at 9 o'clock tonight, with the Caps having won 2 in a row, them being rested, you've got Oshie and Ovechkin playing tonight. Many people don't know this. Oshie isn't a big name in the NHL, but he's one of my favorite players. He's kind of that tier 2 player that plays really hard, can always score a goal, but isn't the best player on the team. He's number 77 for the Capitals, if you guys haven't watched him yet. That's a big reason why I'm going to tune in. I just like to watch Oshie play. But I really think the Capitals could pull this upset tonight, even though they're in Calgary on the road. I'm gonna bet that my bet is that Calgary's gonna be tired after a really tough all-Canadian matchup last night. If you combine all 3 of these picks in the Cauldron, our odds are gonna be plus 1037. It is the biggest long shot we've had to hit 3 in a row. You know why? Because we pick 3 upset picks. How often can you pick 3 upset picks in a row? Not very often, okay? But if for some reason we hit the first 2, it's going to make that hockey game a blast to watch tonight. And hopefully the Capitals can come through and score 4 or 5 goals in the first period. We can get to bed early and hit this crazy Cauldron, okay? To recap our picks for this evening, we've got the Hornets over the Nets plus 135, and that's at 7 o'clock. You've got the Pelicans in the race to 20 points versus the Grizzlies at 7:30 on TNT. And at 9 o'clock, you have the Capitals to upset Calgary, and that's on ESPN+. If you haven't got involved, get involved in Twitter, get involved in the YouTube comments. Let's just have some fun. 3 upset picks for Tuesday. We've never done this. Let's hope for some reason we can pull a miracle out and just have some fun tonight watching these games. So have a great Tuesday. We will see you tomorrow, and good luck with your bets.